I'm Jill from the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. Today's show may well be the most important episode we have ever made. We hope what we share today will be a turning point for the continued growth and future success of all the work we are doing here on the show. We want to share with you some behind-the-scenes history from the past 5 years of making the show, and ask for your honest feedback and support for where we are headed in the next 5 years. Please stay with me and watch this video all the way to the end so we can shape the future of this show together. Before we dig in, I want to ask you a question to consider while you watch the rest of this episode. Does the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show make a real difference in your life? While you ponder your answer, I'd like to share some of our story for context. When we fully committed and switched to a whole food plant-based diet back in September of 2015, we experienced such a dramatic shift in our health. We knew we had to share what we had found with the world. Through the eyes of food as medicine, we could clearly see so much of the world is suffering from diet-related chronic illnesses. After developing our first handful of recipes that made our switch to plant-based easy, we realized the fundamental truth about living plant-based. Delicious and easy to follow recipes based in the best plant-based nutritional science are the master key to health and well-being. We figured out that when we replaced our favorite unhealthy foods with tasty whole food plant-based versions, it made switching and sticking to a plant-based diet so much easier. Learning about all the science and medical trials is important for understanding, but at the end of the day, just knowing how to cook a set of healthy meals for yourself is enough to enjoy all of the amazing benefits a plant-based diet has to offer. We started by offering free classes in our home on Meetup and at the public library. Though we met some great people, we pretty quickly realized that an open door to our home wasn't going to scale very well. So we decided to try to learn how to make YouTube videos to see if anybody would be interested. We took a risk and dug into our savings for the first $1,000 we needed to buy some used equipment and started watching tutorials on how to film, edit, and produce cooking shows. Our first 2.5 years of making weekly shows created a small following of viewers, many of whom are still with us today, who love the show, but the ad revenue from YouTube averaged about 60 cents a day. At the time, each show would take us about 10 hours to produce, but we didn't have a lot of viewers to support, and we didn't have any web platforms to maintain. So it was still a lot of work, but it was manageable as our side hobby to make 3 to 4 shows a month. These first 2.5 years saw very, very little growth. And honestly, we almost gave up a couple of times as our life and full-time day jobs got hectic, thinking the world just wasn't ready for the whole food plant-based lifestyle. In July 2017, the show started to pick up steam with more subscribers and viewers from the ever-mysterious YouTube algorithm gods promoting our shows. This was enough to encourage us to keep going. We dipped into our savings again to launch our website to make all of our recipes more accessible and printable. In July of 2018, something changed in the YouTube algorithm, and our growth stalled. Viewers and subscribers plummeted, and we were faced again with the question of whether the show was really valued or just a blip in the fickle YouTube radar. We decided to persevere because the small number of people who were watching our show wrote us such heartfelt messages about how the show was helping them change their lives and regain their health. So we continued to make the 3 to 4 shows a month. In October of 2018, we took another leap of faith and we invested the meager ad revenue from YouTube and a substantial chunk of our savings, more than the show has ever generated in ad revenue, to upgrade and replace our aging gear to improve the quality of the show, now filming with multiple camera angles and in 4K resolution. We also launched our community membership platform to be able to communicate directly with our subscribers, since YouTube notifications are notoriously unreliable and many people were not and are still not getting notified when we put our new content out. In June 2019, views and subscribers started to pick up again and have been growing steadily since, which seems to correspond with the global rise in interest in plant-based food for health and as an effective way to combat climate change. Unfortunately, the revenue from YouTube ads has not increased on par with the workload and costs involved to support all the moving parts of the show. Bloomberg News reports that new research out of Germany found only a tiny subset of YouTube creators, those with millions of views per month, are making real money from YouTube ads. The report showed only the top 0.5% of channels earn big Hollywood-level income from YouTube ad revenue and product brand deals. The next top 3% of channels will earn less than $16,800 a year. And the bottom 96.5%, including us, will earn between $0 and $12,140 a year. This puts the vast majority of YouTube creators well below the United States poverty line of $12,490. This is around $5,500 less than the yearly income of a full-time McDonald's employee. So the sad reality is that I would earn more supersizing Big Macs that we know make people sick than making the whole food, plant-based cooking show. Besides YouTube ad revenue being unsustainable, we also want to take a moment to talk about the ads themselves. We get some pretty angry comments from time to time about the ads that get placed on our show, or that there are too many ads. Trust me when we say we would love, love, love to have no ads on our content or website. We have no control over what ads YouTube places, and every time we see an ad for KFC or statin drugs on our channel, it makes us want to cry. So when you see an ad break in the show, just know that it is us trying to find a way to cover the costs of making the show. We created our paid courses and ebooks as a way to guide those who need more direct help and to try to offset some of the cost of producing all of this free content. But sales of these digital products are modest and honestly don't cut the proverbial mustard. Some YouTubers can make money from brand deals, though many times brands only offer free products in exchange for promotion, like having us make a video to feature their product, which takes us 14 hours to produce, in exchange for a $5 banana slicer.
Whoa!
We've been approached by all kinds of companies over the years, but unfortunately, the products that they have wanted us to endorse either did not align with our values for whole food plant-based principles, or only came with sample products, so we've had to turn them down. We've always prioritized the integrity of our show above all else, even when the brand deals might help pay the bills. Most shows that reach this scale have a small team of professionals to produce the show and to support the viewers and various platforms. But it is still just the two of us. The reason is ad revenue doesn't even cover our costs, never mind paying other people to help out. Each show takes at least 14 hours to produce, though some can take as many as 30 hours or even more. We try to answer every question and help everyone that reaches out to us, which is usually 400 to 500 inquiries a month. And it also includes manually filtering out our fair share of trolls with their nasty or sometimes creepy comments that can take a toll on us at times. So all of this is really just to say that we have realized we have arrived at a crossroads. The show's audience keeps growing and the workload along with it, but we are both working what amounts to a full-time job while making less than minimum wage. We would both actually love to focus full-time on the show and make the content free for everyone, but frankly, we cannot make any kind of living from YouTube ad revenue on free content. So what is the solution? When we have sought out advice from others in the field, they've pretty unanimously recommended that we change our model and put our content behind a paywall, so only paying viewers can access everything. But this model doesn't align with our main goal, which is to make this information available to everyone who needs it. We firmly believe that going plant-based is the single most effective thing anyone can do for their own health and to directly tackle climate change. The model we would love to shift to is crowdsourcing the funding where viewers who can afford it sign up for a $5 a month membership. Think of it like a Netflix subscription for whole food plant-based recipes. Having enough of these paying memberships would allow us to continue to make all of our great content free for everyone who needs it. Our web analytics say that 220,000 unique viewers a month are interacting with our content. So we're really only talking about having a fraction of 1% of our audience as paying subscribers to be able to fully fund the show. So returning to our question, does the whole food plant-based cooking show make a real difference in your life? If your answer is yes, then what we are asking you to do is to put your money where your fork is and follow the link below to join us with a $5 a month membership. $5 a month is just 16 cents a day and will directly support the creation of all of our great content and keep it freely available for everyone. We have so much more content that we want to create and share with you. These past 5 years are just the beginning of what we want to do. We want to take a moment here to thank those of you who are already paying members. Your support has been so greatly appreciated and has helped us to realize that there's people out there that believe in what we are doing and want to join us on our mission. If you have deep pockets and want to support the show in a bigger way, please reach out directly. We would love to hear from you. If you're a company selling products that align with a whole food plant-based lifestyle and are looking for brand ambassadors to sponsor, we would love to hear from you too. Just know, we have to actually love anything we promote, so your products need to be great. Thank you for watching. I hope you will join us on our mission and subscribe to our paid membership today.